Hey guys, welcome back to the land of the Pharaohs. I'm Sajuuk, and today we're going to head on into the age of pyramids, but we're not going to be building a pyramid in this part, because we're going to be heading down here to Buhen, taming the Nubians, the military mission. The next part will be the South-Dashur, but we're going to look at taming the Nubians at Buhen.
Our new Pharaoh Snofru is determined that this, the fourth dynasty, be remembered as the greatest ever to rule Egypt. Pharaoh wishes that our borders be pushed even further south. He has therefore decreed that we invade Nubia and establish a fortified city at Buhen, beside the second cataract of the Nile. There you must also erect a granite obelisk to serve as a beacon that this area forever belongs to Egypt and to Pharaoh. There is no granite to be found so far south, however, so you will need to import it from Abu. At Buhen, you will encounter fierce and seasoned Nubian warriors who will fight to the death to prevent us from establishing a foothold so far south. Do not despair, for after vigorous training at a military academy, your fighting men may emerge as seasoned veterans themselves. What's more, our military engineers have perfected the design of several defensive structures, such as fortified towers, walls, and gatehouses. These will prove invaluable in withstanding the onslaught of the Nubian army. Transport ships may also be employed to aid in moving your army around by water when necessary. To the north, we have opened relations with Enkomi on the island of Cyprus. This land is named for its abundant reserves of copper ore, which we are now able to purchase from them. However, thanks to a recently established Egyptian mining community at Serabet Kadim in the land of Sinai, we are able to supply our governors with copper at a much more affordable price. Supplies from Serabet Kadim are often erratic due to unrelenting Bedouin and Canaanite attacks against the settlement, and we are uncertain how much longer the Egyptian forces stationed there can hold out. Pharaoh's burial place, a unique and spectacular monument, is currently under construction at Dashur. From time to time, Pharaoh may request that you contribute some limestone to aid in the completion of this project.
Well, that was a very long briefing, learning a lot in that one, but we are expanding into Nubia, and we've got some fairly high goals here. We're going to get 3,000 people, 25 Why is the culture rating so low? We're mid-game here, we should be getting higher than that. Prosperity rating of 25, monument rating of 6, but that is a very high kingdom rating of 75, so looks as if we have to build an obelisk with no granite, and we're going to have to import it. Here it's talking about the military academy, useful. And we can also build towers, walls, and gatehouses. Not always in the campaign, but later on we will be able to build it. And, of course, transport ships, which we won't need. Looks as if we can trade with Enkomi, but that's very expensive. We should be trying to defend Serabet Kadim. So, yeah, we've got to maybe help Pharaoh with something at Dashur. So we're going to be continuing on very hard. Hard, of course. Why am I saying very hard? It's only a hard play through this. Let's head to the city. And slow time right down and pause. So, first of all, I'm just going to turn the volume down so I can hear myself. So we've got a bit of an arid landscape here. Got a bit of farmland here. And I think there's a little bit of gold ore to be found here. Yep, there's a little bit of gold. We can set up some gold mines. Going to be worth it because at least we've got 10,000. And we might as well get straight into it. We can probably fit like 4 around here. Thinking about maybe one there, I'm not too sure. It depends on where I put a housing block over here. This is a very small map with a lot of rock, and quite annoyingly there's rock cutting right across here, which means that to get across to this farmland here we're going to have to put a ferry landing somewhere here like here, and then cross all the way over, which is very annoying. It means that this is going to be fairly much an isolated little community with no resources for it. Quite a few flocks of ostriches we can hunt, and that's going to help because when we look at our gods, we've got Ptah and Seth. No Osiris, which means that the flooding quality is pretty random and you can't do anything about it because you can't worship Osiris to improve the flood. So this floodplain will make up probably a quarter of your food supply. We will have to rely on the ostriches and probably some imports as well. Now because of these rocks right here, I can't build like a nice big housing block because there's no space. So we're going to go for a bit of an organic looking city with just straight lines in an interconnected city. And not actually do prefabricated blocks because I think that'll look quite nice in this rugged area. I'm not going to try and build walls in towers because look how much that costs. It costs 42 D-bits to put down a wall, and it's like 420 D-bits to put down a tower. Now, at this early stage, I don't think we're going to need towers because the invasions on this map start really, really late. And we can probably prepare a military very quickly before any invasions come through. Let's have a look at trade. We're down here at Buhen. Salima buys some beer. Trade quotas are really bad on this mission actually. We can import a little bit of flax, sell linen. Don't think we're going to need that in this city. Actually, we can't get clay. We can't make our own clay. So we're going to, apart from chickpeas and barley, a food type and beer, we're going to have to import all the clay and reeds and all that we're going to need. Here's Serbit Kadim. 1250 D-bits to open a trade route that gives copper versus a trade route to Encome which is 1580 to get copper. They do buy something, but that's really expensive. So we're going to have to set up a military very early to help defend Serbit Kadim. Let's see here. See, Maydoom sells clay, buys shit tons of beer, so that's our main export. I think we're going to set up a trade route with Maydoom as early as possible and sell beer. Pharaoh also buys beer, sells papyrus. That could be useful, so we can sell what? 6,500 beer to 2 water trade routes. We can also get some papyrus and such from Maydoom, so we won't need to rely on imported papyrus. We could possibly sell this stuff to Abu because we are going to need Abu to get granite. We can also import some grain from there as well, as can Maydoom sell grain. So we've got all the resources we need from trade, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. We just don't rely on Encome and keep Serbit Kadim open, we should be fine. So I'm going to go and plan a couple of housing areas, because it is going to be straight lines. I've got to plan this out pretty meticulously. And because I want to make sure I'm using the space effectively. So I'm going to go and plan out some housing areas in this northern area, and I'll come back in once I've done it. Okay guys, so we've got the housing set up like this. I've got a nice little bit of a housing area here, and I'm going to have another housing area over here. This took some planning because I played this mission before, obviously on normal. And I wanted to make sure I copied the layout, because I think this is a really organic layout. But I had to go back and forth between my original save, trying to work out where everything went, to make sure it was fairly close. I know it works on normal, it might not work on hard, but we shall see. So we're going to speed it up. So we're going to have housing here, and we're going to basically use Destination Walker for the vast majority of people who get access to culture. And I think this will work out well. We've got, what's this, 4 gold mines, and we're going to have the palace providing a shit ton of desirability right here. But I'm going to wait for everything to get started, so let's just speed it up. And the way this is going to work is that there's a roadblock there, so this will always make them... It means that the people here... That was a boat in the water. Okay, strange. Basically, it just means that all these walkers here might end up getting lost down here, which is fine. It's all part of random walker that I want on this one. I want to sort of make it organic looking. I might delete houses every so often to try and get them to form the right way. Let's actually make this number 1 and number 2. Let's make sure the infrastructure is perfect. How much space do we have? 200 people. If I need to, I just expand onto this area like I was planning. In fact, you know, let's just do that. Let's just put down some houses here. Let's just put some houses there. And a little bit more there. There we go. Now, since we've got the gold mines down, we don't need to worry about making money at this stage, so it's fine. We are just going to put down a water supply. Let's just put it there. We can just put that there. Now there's a roadblock right here, so this guy will always go down this way and cover these dudes. And he won't go down. If he goes down that way, it'll be really annoying. But never mind. So we've got, what's this? A few gold mines starting to work here. We're getting people moving in, which is what we want to see. We can always provide them with some food later, but for now I'm not going to. I should probably plan out this floodplain. When does the harvests come in? Early June, okay. That's going to take some more work to plan out because we're going to have to draw out all the roads along this bit for this area of housing, but for now it's not a big priority. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this run, let everyone move in, and I'll come back in once we're starting to make our first gold and we've got some unemployment to support the palace. Okay, so we're starting to get some gold being mined here. We do have a lot of unemployment, so let's put down the village palace, and that'll provide good desirability to this entire location. Unfortunately, this water dude seems to be coming all the way down here and then just coming down this bit, which is very annoying because it means these houses won't get... Oh, he's going up there now. Randomness at work is allowing them to move. We can just take the time to just put down a couple of desirability things here. Not like it's really needed, but we'll just do it. So we're getting some money, which is good. I'll also lower taxes down to 0 because we don't need them yet, but we're going to start putting down a couple of limestone quarries here, just 2. We don't need tons, we just need some to support our efforts. Now, another thing, the floods happened, okay. We're going to need to find a source of food. Now I'm going to put down a ferry landing here. There. And we're going to have, I'm not sure about how I want this road to go, so I'm going to have a dock there. I mean, how far does the ship like go up? Yeah, I'm going to have a bit come down here, so let's just do something like that. I'm not sure, I'll figure it out later. So we've got people coming in. In fact, I might just delete houses because we have a bit too many people. I don't have a way of keeping them employed, so let's just delete all those houses. 24%. Let's just cut back on those houses. That's a bit better. So we've got the palace running, we're getting gold mines, and that will help to offset our costs, I hope. I'm not sure if this guy gets all the way down this line though, but the houses will go all the way down to the end, so that's not a problem. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start planning out my industry section, because we're going to need to start, well, think about feeding our people, and we can probably get the other housing and all that planned out as well. I want to get the military going as well, but we can't do that until we have money. Money's hard to come by because our only source is basically gold mines plus beer. So I want to get the beer industry going fairly early, and that means crossing over here, which means all of this. And if I can get some hunting going, that will help. Oh look, the flood's about to stop happening, so that's good. I can go and plan out the farm. So I'll let this run and I'll come back in once there's something interesting to show. Okay, so we've got everything planned out. It took me a while to remember how I planned it all, but this is what we're going with. All the farms are put down, and they're going to be fairly... Oops, that's not connected to a road actually. Let's just connect that up. There we go. So we're going to have our farming area up here. This is sort of going to be where all the jugglers and shit's going to go. And then they're going to do a destination walker technique where they're going to walk through the entirety of this, all the way down here, and then around to here. So this bit here, it's not going to be connected over here. They're going to walk through the entire city, and that will help a lot. I don't know why it's saying lack of jobs, because we've just built everything we needed. So let's put down a granary here, and then we'll put down this here, which is going to accept, let's just make it accept all limestone for now. And then here we're going to have another yard, which is going to accept 3/4 of chickpeas, because we're going to have this also set to import copper when we've got the money to do that. We don't have the money to do that right now. Let's just have a look at our gods. They're all approving and amiable, that's good. We can just put down Shrine to Seth there, and a Shrine to Ptah, keep them all nice and happy. So when did we start this year? So we're coming to the end of the first year. All this year has been planning, basically. I want to go into this as quickly as I can, because I don't want the invasions to start. They get stronger over time, and then they start attacking from areas which are hard to get to. So I don't want that. And I also want to get military going very early, because of the fact that pretty soon we're going to be assailed by various enemies, namely the Nubians, and we don't want them causing too much havoc in our city. Now I just want to put down this and this. I will have another one down here because this will not reach eventually. We can just put that there. And we can also just provide them with access to a police station as well. Let me just make sure. I'm going to put this. 1, 2. Yeah, let's put that there. it just fills out the space quite nicely. We're going to have the dock there and the ship right here. It doesn't really matter where they go. So we're making gold. How much did we make this year? 2,000, that's not too bad. So the farms are going, all of them. Unfortunately we are going to need a little bit of feeder housing here, but that's okay, we can make do with that. So our next step is to basically feed some houses, and we're going to feed this one first. And unfortunately the random walkers are not going the way I expect, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way it must be. Yeah. So we're going to start feeding people, which is good. Start stockpiling lime. So just in case Pharaoh asks it, because the briefing pretty much said we're going to have to mine some limestone. Kind of pointless, given it in Dashur there is actually a shit ton of limestone there, but never mind. And maybe I'll start hunting as well, or put down more houses. I'm not too sure at this stage. For now I think I will just cope with extra housing. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so I'm going to let this run. I'm going to come back in if something of importance happens. I'll also try to develop the military as well. Okay, so we're starting to get our first supplies of food. That filled up. All those farms managed to fill up basically the granary and the yards, so that's fine. We're going to put down a bazaar right there, and you're going to just buy nothing but chickpeas. Now, unfortunately, I don't really want to evolve the housing at this stage because we've got a lot of unemployment. But if you look at this, it says 18% unemployment, but it's only like 79 people, so it's actually not a lot. So down here we are setting up an area for our beer brewing industry. We're going to have that right here. We're going to put this yard here, which is going to accept nothing but beer. Then we're going to put down this water lift. Let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be more than enough, really. I don't think we're going to need that much. And so I'll have that. I'll get this. This should reach down here. So let's just set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just do 7 breweries. And look at that. To honour the glory of Egypt, the city of Dashur was 8 blocks of limestone in 2 years. Well, we've got like, what, 14, so that's fine. So this should sap up a lot of this unemployment. It has already. And that, the harvest was that early? How much did we get?
I don't mind living.
8 barley. 8 barley. It was at any point in that harvest, it produced nothing. So we've got 79%. So this farmland is actually very fertile. I mean, there was, what, 99% fertility. That's actually pretty good. With irrigation, obviously. So this is going to make up the majority of our incoming funds, because gold mines on their own won't be enough. And we need employees, so that's okay. No unemployment problems, that's alright. So we've got everything set up. Just realised we don't have a physician here. This will get sick, which we don't want. Not right now though, that's okay. Starting to evolve this housing. We're not going to go up above Rough Cottage just yet. And one thing I learned fairly recently is that these cottages, at Rough and Ordinary Cottage, they have the highest fire risk. So actually a tent, like a little crude hut, has less chance of burning down than this Rough Cottage. Don't ask me why, but that's what the developers think. That we should have Rough Cottages burn down quicker than a tent. Never mind. So next goal, once we get some money, I'm going to set up our military. We're going to have to keep it kind of far away from here, otherwise it'll start disrupting this stuff. It looks as if this guy is walking down and going this way, which is not very helpful. What's our gods like? Seth is a little displeased, so let's give him... Let's just do 2 shrines to him. And a shrine. If I put shrines here, I'm going to have to put an additional architect's post, which I don't really want to do right now. Let's put that there. I'll keep everyone nice and happy. So we're going to start feeding our people, and we'll have to consider desirability, because this gold mine is so close that it's going to start affecting these houses quite negatively, which doesn't help. Now I hope I can get this guy to walk up this way instead of coming down this way. Random walkers at work. Let's see. Well, I'll think about it later, actually. Let's just speed this up. No, you see, he just wants to come down here, which is not very helpful. Maybe I just need to switch the buildings around and have a water supply here and a physician here so that they always go up right now. If I had this as a loop, it'd be fine. But it's not a loop. I don't want loops. That's just boring. Let's see. 40 employees, space for another 28, not too good. Unfortunately, random walkers at work means they might come down this way or consistently come down this way. Not helpful. Anyway, I'll let this run and I'll come back in once we're starting to produce our first beer so we can start exporting it to Maydoom. Alright, so we're starting to continue to build the city here. I have managed to get the first beer, which is good. I had to delete some of this road because it seems as if the random walkers are not going down here, so I may have to put down some additional housing somewhere because at this rate we're never going to get employment for all these brews because they keep walking up here getting lost and all of that and they never actually access these houses. So what we're going to do is this one right here. You're going to become 2x2 houses because I can't support the way it is right now. It's just not gonna. It's not sustainable in the long term, if you know what I mean. We'll put down an additional firehouse and architect's posts here just in case they don't make it all the way up here, which is fine. So we're at 524. When the next deposit of gold comes in from all these mines, we're going to open up the trade route to Maydoom. So we just speed this up. And I'll give enough time for all this to start working. Over here I've also put down a couple of hunting lodges to try and stockpile some game meat just in case it's asked for. We're going to also say to get max, so it's a bit far unfortunately for them to go. I mean I could make it easier by putting it here but I don't really want to. Let's see, they're going off to go and get the game meat now. It will stockpile pretty quickly. Right, so when next gold comes in, which is right here. Right, we're going to open up the trade route to Maydoom now, spend the rest of the cash and sell beer, which will provide us some with better income. No working dock. That was silly because then I'm going to go into debt. Okay, fine. We've got 5,000 rescue funds, so not bad. 15 grand to build a city on hard. That's a lot. But that's fine. That's fine. We'll have plenty of leftovers because of the fact that there's only 2,400 going in here and there's only 1,600 in here. How much have we got stockpiling? Quite a lot. That's fine. I don't think I'll evolve all the housing to the top level because there's not enough space around here to build things the way I would want them. So this housing block may not evolve into very, very high housing, but these ones I can make evolve a little bit higher. Anyway, here comes Maydoom. They're going to buy the entirety of our beer supply, which is perfect. We're actually short on workers. 68 workers missing, that's not too good. Let's actually start providing food to this block. We'll just provide them with chickpeas and game meat. So if they happen to have any, they can go and buy it. No one going to make any beer before this guy gets here? No. Okay, we're going to sell the lots. There we go. Instant cash. That's all we needed. 1,100 beer sold. We can sell that basically another 3 times and we'll be fine. So, we're going to start to evolve our housing, get more people in here. Let's just plan out more housing there and there. I can just, oops. We'll just put down a little statue there. So let's just rotate and put down a few more statues. We can just turn this one round. There we go. So we can start to evolve our house and get them all moving up to the next level. I think I could start putting down some entertainment buildings. Let's see, can I fit that in there? Nope. Let's just see where I can put these. Let's I'm going to move the position, I think. I'll put it to there. Then we'll put down a conservatory and a juggler right there. So we're going to start providing some basic entertainment to our people. And, so 24 months to give 900 flasks of beer to Salima Oasis. Okay. So I've that jump cut there. Unfortunately, the game minimized again. I think I'm going to reinstall my copy of Pharaoh after this recording because I'm getting sick of it now. It's really annoying. Do we have that? No, we don't, but we will get that soon. Anyway, we're just going to keep on going here. 1, 2, I'll just put this out here. This is going to be a pavilion right in the end here. And this will act as the destination walker to provide everyone with access to entertainment. Okay, so we've got our exports going. We're going to start making some money. Did Major just buy a shit ton of beer? They did. So we should have no trouble making that beer request. We're actually just going to put this up to 1200. Just in case someone else asks for it. I do want to get the military going, so at the next possible chance, I'm going to start importing copper from Sajuuk Kadim and start building our military. Oh, we're being asked to send some more limestone, 16 blocks in 20 months, and I'm seeing some very high fire risks over here. Let's hope that this guy gets here in time. He does. With that, I'm going to put down a... we're going to put this. This is kind of annoying. I mean, there's two already going up this here from here and there. God, that's about to burn down too. I guess fire risks really do go up on very hard. I mean, hard. Why do I keep saying very hard? I'm so used to watching Zach's playthrough. And you're turning the wrong way? Shit. Well, I'm deleting you. He keeps wanting to walk down this way for some reason, which is very annoying. Let's actually delete these, get you to walk the other way. I'm actually going to put down that there. Round the other way. Stop walking this way. Right, I'm going to delete that, and you just walk right across because your pathing dictates you must do that. You know, that just drives me crazy, seeing that going the wrong way. It's pretty obvious that these, I mean, if we look at this, look. They're bare, I mean, this is just past, but none of these are about to burn down, yet these are just about to go crazy and burn down to the ground. Let's just give 16 blocks of limestone to Dashur. They'll be appreciative of that, I hope. You can see I sort of overdid it with the beer production, expanding it quite extremely. Decimated our employment, but we have put down some more houses, which is good. Okay, so we're going to keep building, and yeah, we're going to start training our military next. Okay, we've got 2,000 people in the city, that's good. What's our employment like? 6 employees short, perfect, we've mined 4,000 gold. Exports not really earning a lot, which is unfortunate. I wonder what this year will be. I think it might be higher. We shall see. We've got plenty of beer waiting to be sold. That's 1,000 you've bought. Okay, fine. I think, yeah. Let's just see. Let's just speed this up. And you bought 700. 700? Why? Oh, I would take it. Okay, fine. Let's just put this to 0. So, not really done very much in terms of the city, but we have got a recruiter down, which is the important bit. We're now going to open up trade with Sajuuk Kadim here and start training the military. I know that troop requests are going to happen imminently, and I don't want to be caught out. At least not yet. So let's just put down 2 weaponsmiths, and just out in the middle of nowhere, we're going to put this archer's fort just there, decimating most of our money. And see these military counters, they cost the exact same amount as the fort, which is very annoying. So we're also going to put that down, like so. Almost out of cash. I didn't need to right click there. 20 workers, and hopefully we should get enough people from this. Let's just actually check fire risks. Yeah, they're a lot stabler now. A bit better, which is good. In terms of making pottery, I'm going to have to import clay, which is a bit of a pest because the only place I get pottery from is from the same place that buys beer. So they have to go buy beer first before they can sell us anything. Kind of annoying, but never mind. That's just out of my debt. That's a huge debt. That must have been the copper imports, yeah. They just happened at that very precise moment. But that's okay, we've got our balance there. Start to import copper, selling beer. That's exactly what we want to see. Just got to address the ratings, evolve the housing a little bit more, get the culture up, and we should be fine. We're just got to find the time to import granite from Abu. So, I'll let this run. I'll come back in once there's something interesting to show, probably when I've got a fully developed military. Well, that's a problem. Sajuuk Kadim is under attack, and I need to send troops within 8 months. Let's just have a look at that. An average force, well, I'm pretty sure 1 fort will not do anything about an average force, so maybe I could get on Seth's good side with a festival. But let's just put the festival square down somewhere. Can I get his blessing? That will be interesting if I can. It doesn't actually have to be connected, by the way, if you didn't work that out. I need to defend Cerebit Kadim, otherwise problems are going to happen. We're going to run out of our copper source. And then I will have to open up a much more expensive trade route to Enkomi, which I don't want. So I'm going to think about trying to defend Cerebit Kadim. We've got some weapons. Unfortunately, I can't put down another fort. We don't have enough money coming in from beer sales. We've got Maydoom and then if I open up that trade route as well. As soon as they buy things, right, okay, we've got that. We're going to put down an inventory fort there. That's plenty of money.
I love the art of it. I don't know why we came.
Why did you go there and return? Oh, that's not helpful. Well, I'm going to have to work out how to solve that. So we've got plenty of people in the city. I just need to train my troops as quickly as I can. Hopefully get a blessing from Seth. So I'll go try to see if I can meet that troop request. And if I can't meet it, I'll come back in. Either way, I'll come back in a bit later. Our troops were successful because at the final hour, just at the last minute, Seth gave us a blessing to protect our troops. I don't even think they've left the map. They haven't. They haven't actually left the map at all. They got there and back in the space of 5 seconds, apparently. But so they're gonna have to leave the map and then come back on, basically. But they succeeded. At the final hour, we got a blessing from Seth. I'm gonna have to keep holding those and hope that he will give us another one in case I need it in the future. I've got down more forts. We've got shit tons of cash all of a sudden. So we've got, what is that, 2 infantry, 1 infantry, 2 archers. We're going to just build infantry forts at this point. So just put another one down. Because they were all saved, nothing was lost. Fire in the city. Why is that burned down? Why is the fire suddenly gone up here? That's not helpful. In fact, what I may do is I may have to put a roadblock here. And then I'll have to put maybe just a bit of feeder housing down. I'm not too sure. Let's put down 2 houses there. We can have this go around the back like that. And that'll provide the physician access at least. Because the physician's there. If I just move the physician to there, you should be able to go past these houses and at least give them access. He doesn't have to walk the whole distance. It's not a big deal. So we'll put some extra houses down here and just allow this to basically a bit more of a controlled block and not have them wander, because it doesn't seem to be working quite as I envisioned it, which is unfortunate. Let's just actually just delete those houses just so the firemen can get into that. And he set the flashes on fire. Well, that's just great. Well, let's just destroy things before they get any worse. I'll let that fire get put out. I'll come back in once our military is back. Well, this is kind of annoying. 2,000 D-bids in 6 months. Luckily we have it, but that is a lot of money to give away to Pharaoh. We'll give it to him though. Our kingdom rating is like maxed out. Anyway, we just need to build the monument and get our culture and population up. Sorry, I can't get my words out. We have open trade up with Abu. They're now trading more granite. They were only trading 15 at the start, so that's helpful. So let's just put down 4 yards right here to accept granite. Like so. There we go, and we can start importing the granite. I'm not too sure if I'll put let's just put these down. All of our housing's nicely evolved here, which is good. I think we can start providing pottery to some people. We'll get them evolving a bit more. And yes, let's just give you access to pottery. I may have to actually put a yard just here that will accept half limestone, get a quarter pottery, get a quarter beer. And just bring it a bit closer so we have all these accessible by 1, which should be fine. Got the money to plaza this road, which will help. The desirability as well. In fact, what I could do is just start putting down tax collectors and giving everyone a reason to tax the city. Like so. We'll put the tax rate to, I think, 5% and start making some money. So we made 10,000 in exports and about 3.5 in mined gold. Not too bad. Tribute, we paid just under 700 in tribute. Not too bad. Okay, so we're going to recover our troops with the imported copper that we're getting from Cerebit Kadim, which we did save. If we did just save them, the 2 items here would have gone and then they would have shut down and price would have gone up as well, which wouldn't have helped. So yeah, we'll just keep on going, rebuild our military, and see if we can defend against any more invasions against Serbet Kadim or ourselves. Okay, so we have an invasion incoming here. 2 years, I believe they said, yeah. 2 years time, a Nubian army will be at our gates, so that's not a good thing. Also wondered why this wasn't getting any beer. I forgot I didn't connect this, so I'm going to put down some little houses here. I don't like the idea of doing feeder housing, but for this one it sounds kind of unavoidable unless you put a big block here, which you can't because this farmland's right and touching on the water space. There's no way to get to a housing block there. We're making way too much beer now. Are we even maxing out sales? 1100, 2200, that's nearly all of it, but not in one go. We're not selling enough to May Doom as it seems. We don't seem to be maxing them out. Get enough troops here, they're all skilled, so that's all helpful. And you'll notice it is skilled but very bold. Their morale is higher when they've been academy trained. If they were reached as skilled by just battles, it would still say encouraged. I think they have to go up quite a bit by their own without a military academy before their morale gets any better. So we're starting to provide, what's unemployment like? 11%? That's not too good. We're importing granite though, which is good. Getting people moving in, getting our population up there, which is good. Let's just put that down, and a dance school. Let's just undo that and move it down by 1. Like so, a juggler school right there. Okay. So we've basically got the groundwork to evolve our housing up to the requirements. We just need a little bit more population, the monument, and this culture, which I can easily meet by putting down a dentist here and there. Let's just put down a dentist here, and dentist can go right. We can put one right there. And we can also probably put a dentist just in. We don't need this because the courthouse covers, so let's just put a dentist in there. This will move up when everyone gets access to one. Let's just speed it up. There we go. Okay, so all I have to do is just grow the population just a little bit more. Build the monument, which the granite will take forever to import this year. We're not going to finish before the invasion, sadly. Okay, so I'll just let this run. I'll come back in when we're near the invasion, unless something happens. Okay, so we managed to reach our population goals with justice. We don't need to provide anyone with beer. I could if I wanted to provide beer, but I'm not going to do that. It's kind of unnecessary. We've got everything we need. We've got a bit of an invasion coming up very shortly. Still waiting for the blocks of granite to come in. We just need 14 more blocks. We've already imported some wood for our Carpenters Guild. There we go, 1 month bent on conquest. I do know where this one comes from, so it's fine. We're just going to put our troops into position. Going to get the archers out of the way, put the land troops just here. These buildings did lose access to employment for a little bit just because I'd not given them enough access to the housing, so I just moved the road around and all that, which is fine. And yes, we just have to wait for this invasion. Right, where are you? There we go. Very small invasion actually. Right next to this fort, unhelpful. Right, get in there. Go. Now let's just get the archers in as well. There we go. And then all you have to do is fire. Off you go. There we go, done. So we lost no troops, I was thinking that. We lost one person who's already now a veteran. Lost a few troops in one as well. Not too bad. I should be a little bit more less expecting to have nothing lost because this is very hard. I'm so used to saying very hard now. This is hard difficulty and things are a little bit more tougher even with military trained troops, but they're fine. Which is good. Let's see how much granite we got. 87. Let's start bringing some of this a bit closer just to try and get, since there's not so much in these other ones. So yeah, I'll come back in when we're ready to build the granite obelisk. Okay, we have enough granite to put down the obelisk, and I'm not sure where I want to put this. It just needs 100 granite. Why don't we put the granite obelisk here? No, we don't need any more of these yards. Let's just delete them. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down some hunting lodges just here. Serbet Kadim needs more troops. Okay, we'll just handle that in a second. We'll just put that there. We'll have a yard right here just to accept game me a bit closer to this to these things, so I'm not going so far, because this doesn't seem to be filling up the way I want it. So we need to send troops to Serbia Kadim. A large force will attack in 7 months. Jesus. Well, it's lucky that we have a blessing from Seth. I'm going to take no chances. I'm going to beg Seth for another blessing. And actually, we can just save. I'm going to do this. I'm going to save. I'm going to send everything we have. And hope that they succeed. If they don't, that's fine. If they do succeed, great. So we'll just let this run. So what the way the obelisk works is you just stockpile granite, and then it doesn't need any more resources. All you need to then do is have a carpenter's guild of the stonemasons in the city. The carpenter will build up these ramps, these like bits up to a point, and then the stonemason carves it all out, and that's it. So it's a very boring monument. We could just speed through it right now, actually. Let's see if our troops are fighting off somewhere. 20 blocks of limestone in 12 months. The demands for limestone get higher and with less time, which is very annoying, but never mind. Trade more granite. That's useless because at this point we have all the granite. Disease strikes a house. Why has that happened? No idea. Oh, I put it on the wrong side, that's why. That was stupid. Let's just put that as there, and then we can have the limestone quarry right there. So he just puts up these scaffolds up to a point. Have we lost any of our troops? You can still see the granite obelisk going there, that's fine. I'm just checking these to see if they appear. Nubian army in 2 years, that's fine. We're going to finish long before that happens. Troops stayed at Serbia Kadim, we didn't need any more things. So this is the stonemason now doing his carving duties. We lost nothing, that blessing still worked, which is good. I got shit tons of cash all of a sudden. Where did we get it from? Mostly exports is what we've been making money from, which is good. Just wait for the stonemason to do his thing. We're going to take a save just before he finishes. There's more beer requests, all helping. So you can see every time he takes off a layer of scaffolding, he takes off the stone or whatever it is. It's covering up these runes. We're going to make one more save right there to win the mission. And that will be Buhen. We had basically an organic city layout, and we didn't need to evolve them that high, so that's good. And it worked out. It did take a lot longer than I intended because I was doing a lot of planning, but it was a very quick mission. Masons have put their finishing touches on the obelisk, and it's complete. All ratings met. We just need to progress to the next mission. We just survived on beer exports. That's all we needed to do. And we just basically ran out of chickpeas by a point, and then we're just surviving off game meat. But that's fine, that was the challenge we set ourselves, and I think this is a nice looking city, just a nice central housing area with all the industry down by the coast. We've established a foothold in Nubia to teach the Nubians a lesson. Let's hope it lasts. Let us proceed.
Thanks to your skill, Egypt now claims part of Nubia as its own. Through the city you have established, you have demonstrated Egypt's strength, wealth and grandeur to the conquered Nubians.
Yes, indeed we have, and it wasn't a very prosperous city, only 43, but we got max kingdom rating, lots of money and a nice good population. Nice score, we took only 133 months, not as long as I was expecting. So yeah, that was Buhen. If you want to head to South Dashur, you can go to the next video in the playlist, but if you want to head to the next mission, which is North Dashur, because there's no choice at the next one, you can click the card on your left there, or on the right, sorry, to head there, but if you want to go to South Dashur, click next in the playlist. Thanks for joining this video, guys. I hope to see you in the next one for North Dashur. Bye, folks.